fill us in a bit about what's in this?
Well, these ones are probably the most important to start with because they're the international races in December.
Okay.
So I hold the record for the most international races won.
Wow, congratulations.
So the only jockey to win
amazing.
all 4 races twice.
That's great.
And
Just saying.
Just
yeah.
saying.
The World Super All-Star Jockey Series in the back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see it there.
We won that. Caulfield Cup. The Derby.
Yeah,
Hong Kong Derby. Yeah.
When
most prestigious race in Hong Kong.
it is.
Luga.
Well, according to Nicole, her favourite is...
Sa Cup.
Sail, lady.
and that was the one. That was the year that Zac won that you were telling me.
So on Viva Macau,
Right.
he actually didn't have a ride in the race. And then, unfortunately, the jockey of Viva Macau got injured just before. So he picked up the ride. And then he won it.
Won it.
Very...
It was bittersweet because I was meant to... There was a horse in the race called Fearless.
Right.
David Ferraris, and
I remember.
I was meant to ride it.
Oh, okay.
And on the morning of entries, of declarations, he pulled me off it
No
and
way.
put someone else on it. I was like, well, that's not fair. So he stuck it up me, and then I picked up the ride on race day and won, and his horse ran second.
You won by a short margin too.
Really?
But it's a beautiful trophy. It's pink.
Is it?
I don't know, we got the races in Singapore, Hong Kong Gold Cups. I don't know.
What was your most...
I'm the
Go
only
ahead.
jockey to win every Group 1 race in Hong Kong.
Every single one of them?
Every single one. Yeah.
Wow, congratulations. That's huge.
I've got a few more trophies over there as well.
Yes, which
So
we...
I've got the champion jockey ones over there.
That's
the most
amazing.
popular jockey ones, the IJC ones.
That's incredible. Now, what was the most memorable win for you in terms of, you know, obviously at different stages in your career, because when you're first starting out, when you first came to Hong Kong and you started and it was a struggle, what win meant the most to you at that point of your career?
So I think the horse that really got me going in Hong Kong was Little Bridge. Up until that point in time, although I could ride winners, every time it come to the Group 1 races and the big races, they would always go to the jockeys that had won the previous Group 1 races. They
Right.
wouldn't give anyone a chance. And then I rode Little Bridge right from his very first gallop to his first trials, all the way through to winning at Royal Ascot.
Right.
And once I won that race on him in Royal Ascot, it just changed people's perception. They're like, oh,
Oh, he can ride.
he's a big race
Yeah.
jockey too.
Yeah,
So then off the back of that, I then got onto Ambitious Dragon.
right.
And that's when I won my first international mile on him. And then off the back of that, then come Military Attack and, you know, all these other horses that have come since then. I think I've ridden 5 Horse of the Years in my time here, which have been fantastic. And then the most successful one I ended up riding, obviously, was Beauty Generation. He was
Right.
the first horse to win more than $100 Hong Kong million
That's incredible.
in his career. He won 8 races in a season, which hadn't been done before. Lucky Sweynesse joined him last season by winning 8 as well. So they're the only 2 horses in history to win 8 races in a season, and
That's
I rode
amazing.
both of them. And he had the track record at 2 different distances and did what he did. He was a fantastic horse. So to go from Little Bridge was the one that started
Started the
that
ball
journey
rolling,
for
the
me.
whole journey. And in terms of this coming season, what are you most excited about? What are you, in terms of a particular horse or 2 or 3 horses or whatever you want to share, but is there one that you're really excited about for this coming season?
Well, the most exciting one picks himself in Lucky Sweynesse, right?
Right.
You know, what he did in the last 6 months of last season was incredible. Like, he rose that rapidly through the ranks and then becomes so dominant in the Group 1 races. He's a very exciting horse, I think.
That's fantastic. You think you'll get to travel with him this year? Do you think that?
They were very close to travelling last
Yeah.
season, and they're talking about it. So whenever they're talking about it, you know it's
It
going to
might
happen.
happen. Yeah, it might happen.
It's just a matter of timing, you know, the right
Right.
time of the season, the right race.
Right. Well, that's amazing. You've done amazing things in Hong Kong, and your partnership has been, well, renowned, and you're doing your own thing on the outskirts, still horse racing involved, but more sort of Australia-based, and also some stuff with Hong Kong. I've noticed that you're sort
Yes.
of collaborating both, which
Yes.
is exciting for you. And yeah, wishing you a great year this year, Zac. And you know, I hope that you, well, I'm glad Nicole's making a new place to
Trophy
put all of
cabinet.
it. Yeah.
We run out of room, so
Yeah,
we've had
seems
to try
like
and
it.
find other places to put them all. And
Yeah.
I keep all the meaningful ones and the big ones.
Yeah.
All the other ones, you know, I've given to all the other kids in the playground or the valet or people from Australia that might be visiting.
That's
people
nice.
around town, the
Yeah.
Marfoos, all that sort of stuff.
No,
so
that's
it's
really
something
nice.
for them. There's the first jockey's title in Hong Kong.
2013-14. Yeah, that was the one, Cass one for my dad.
Yeah.
So that was very special for us too.
Fellowship was my first Group 1 winner in Hong Kong for Paul O'Sullivan, who was...
I remember Fellowship, yeah.
He was a big supporter of mine, Paul.
He's a good guy.
Wasn't
He's
there
a good
that day
guy,
because
Paul.
he was in New Zealand.
Was
the
he?
Sales were on. So we won it without him. Ambitious
Oh,
Dragon.
Ambitious Dragon, yeah. Remember the colours?
Little Bridge, Royal Ascot. So I started getting all these photos and then realised I was going to run out of room.
Military Attack.
Military Attack. I like my
Was
golf.
that wasn't the Singapore, because you won on, did you win on
I won on
Singapore?
in Singapore.
Right,
yeah.
right.
It was the first overseas Group 1 John Moore trained.
I like your golf.
Yeah, well, I like golf. I bought that at a charity.
I'm surprised you haven't shown your hole-in-one.
My hole-in-one ball.
Well, it's a trophy.
It is a trophy. That's incredible.
Actually, someone asked me yesterday when I was playing golf when I had the hole-in-one. I said, 2 years ago, and then I thought maybe it was longer. It was 2020.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
June 2020.
That's great. So you actually have it on film?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But no, I mean, that's amazing. I know you're an avid golfer. What do you play off? What's your handicap?
Depends who I'm playing against.
Oh, it's one of those.
One of those.
Okay,
No,
I see.
my game unfortunately ebbs and flows a little bit.
Right.
I fall in and out of love with golf.
With golf.
As we go. But I played yesterday and played well, so I'm back in love with it.
There you go. It's amazing how a sport like that can make or break you, honestly. And your your real deep character.
Yeah.
He gets more
Comes up when
upset
you go,
about golf
yeah,
than he
yeah.
does about the racetrack.
No, absolutely. It's the worst. It really is a love-hate sport.
Yeah.
It really is. So, well, that's great. Well, thank you for showing us in here as well. That's
No worries.
Yeah.
it's amazing. This is where you do all your form.
Yeah, so
and-
I got this desk off Brett Preble actually.
Did you when he was
in
leaving?
the first season I was here, not when he was
Oh.
leaving. He was renovating and wanted to get rid of it. And I
We didn't
said,
have
well,
anywhere to sit.
I said, this looks pretty cool. It's nice and big.
Amazing.
And I've kept it ever since.
Ever since.
Yeah.
That's great. So this is where you do all your work, yeah?
Yeah. Well, I need a big screen
Yeah.
so that I can
So do you
see all the mistakes that I make and try and fix them.
really? No, but seriously, do you actually go back and study, or do you just
sure.
focus more on getting the rides that are coming up? You go and look back at your rides and
No,
sort of,
I get. I'm my biggest critic.
really?
I think, yeah, I've done something wrong. I made a mistake. I got to make sure I correct it.
That's great.
Got to be better.
Yeah.
Always striving to be better.
Better.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, because a lot of people don't, they just put the blame on someone else, or they say, oh, well, it's the horse, or it's, whatever. And the fact that you can actually go back and look at a race and say, yeah, no, you know what? If I'd have done this differently, it would have been a different outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you learn from that. That's great.
Yeah.
And that's good to teach the kids too, because they get to see that there's so much more involved than just the end result of daddy winning a cup, or Yeah,
I certainly don't tell him where he's stuffed up in a race.
No.
Not that you do.
No, but yeah, this is a no-go zone. I totally get that. I think when daddy's in here, it's like leave him alone. So
I'm always trying to learn and be better as
Of
well.
course.
So I always study the best jockeys around the world, and I try and see what makes them work, and I try and talk to them and ask them as well.
Really,
And then I suck it all out of them and implement it into what I do and try and be better.
that's great.
But I need to be able to see it. I need a big screen so I can analyse it.
Well, that's fantastic though, because you're always learning and you're growing, and even though you're at the top of the mantle, you're still pushing yourself, and you're still trying, and you're still not relaxing. You're still fighting the fight, and I think that's
always races to be won.
yeah. There you go, straight from the mouth of the
You're only as
missus.
good as your last winner. So,
Yeah, true.
Last ride.
Never truer saying than that.
but all those trophies, they're good to have. It means I've been successful, but it's not going to guarantee any success tomorrow.
They're still nice to look at, though.
They are nice to look at, especially in a new case that's coming,
Absolutely.
which I would love to see once
Yes, it'll be nice
once
once it's here.
it's up. When you do what you love, there is no greater reward than that.
Yeah.
Honestly, like even if I mean for me, it's not even about the money at this stage. I really do like connecting
so
with people.
interesting, yeah.
Right? I just do like.
But you are, I think Zac's right, when you're getting, or similar to what I'm doing, you're getting the behind the scenes, even if it's just one. Vincent told me something the other day about Golden 60, and I didn't think anybody had heard that. And I was like, that's for a racing fan like myself, like it is such an interesting tidbit, that he hasn't told anybody.
Exactly.
So, not that I'm going to reveal it here.
Not yet, maybe in the book. Yeah, and not on
No,
this show.
on my own show.
Yeah, no. She's very select, let me tell you.